Good morning and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live on this March 14th, 2024.
Pi Day.
It is Pi Day. With Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. Thank you for watching. Some folks don't understand what you're talking about, but the mathematical equation of pi is today.
3.14. March 14th. Third month, 14th day.
But there's more numbers to it than 3.14. And as a college student, do you remember these? I'm sorry, as a college graduate, do you remember those numbers?
I know 3.141592654, and then I don't know anymore.
You got me on that because I barely go past 3.1.
Last time I took a math class was sophomore year of college.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Last time I took a math class was algebra, my sophomore year in high school.
You didn't have any math after that?
I had geometry my freshman year. Algebra it was the other way around.
Yeah.
It was algebra my freshman year, geometry my sophomore year. And at that time, you only had to have 2 credits for math.
That's nice. I hate math. It's my worst by far.
The good old days of high school, being able to get away with everything. In college, it was so much cheaper back then. But it's different now.
Yeah.
We've got scholarship news for you coming up in the program here today, so stick close for that to help reduce the costs of your college education. Weather for you today, we have cloudy conditions moving into the Scioto Valley and a high to reach around 73. Rain likely starting tonight, say around 11 o'clock or so. We might start to see some rain in our area, but most of it will be towards the Columbus area from what I understand. Rain likely throughout the day Friday with a high of 63. Sunny and cooler for the weekend, and I think we can accept that. It's the final weekend of winter. Did you have that other weather slide that from the National Weather Service that Mike provided for us? Okay. Slacking. So, once again, there is a potential for maybe some more severe storms that, like what we had a couple of weeks ago. We hope there are no tornadoes involved in this one, but we will cross our fingers for you. All right, coming up, a look at news, sports. We're going to catch up with some college athletes who their basketball seasons have come to a close for most of them. And for whatever reason, I think because we were so enthralled with the high school basketball tournament season, it got away from me. Some of the stuff I've been right on top of, but this year, for some reason, it just got past me. So we'll review some of that information for you coming up in sports, and our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week will be announced this morning on this program. But first, let's take a look at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor for nearly 50 years. 5 decades of service, not only for here in Ross County, but beyond. And this stretch from Dayton over to Athens, from Columbus all the way down to the Ohio River. So if you want to find out more, you can click on this ad at littermedia.com. It will take you right to their website. And for those of you listening on Litter Media Radio, that's AccurateHVAC.com. News is next. Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
On this daily program, you will find many of the stories that we share with you on our website, which is littermedia.com, but also on our social media here on Facebook, for those of you watching Facebook Live, but also on Litter Media X. And don't forget, we've got our YouTube channel that you can subscribe to for free. It's Litter Media News, something that we do to basically give you beneficial news you can use.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
You beat me to it.
I stole it right away from you.
Our Litter Media special edition guest yesterday was Nicole Mitchell, owner of the Manchester Hill Winery in Pickaway County. They've been a national award-winning family-owned and operated winery since 2011, located minutes from the Hocking Hills. They pride themselves on handcrafting fine wines and hard ciders from locally sourced fruit.
What sets us apart from other wineries is we do everything on site. So bottling, fermenting, labeling, corking, drinking, all happens on site, and everything happens 100% by hand. Now, we do get some of our grapes from other counties surrounding us. Now, what a lot of people don't know is once you put a vine in the ground, it takes a minimum of 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5 years before you allow that vine to produce grapes for wine. So some of the vines are newer vines, so we're waiting for them to produce for grapes. So in the meantime, we'll supplement with other wineries that grow for us, other vineyards, but 100% Ohio.
Yeah.
And you can view that full interview with Nicole Mitchell on our YouTube channel.
As well as here on Facebook in our video section. The Miss Chillicothe Scholarship Pageant is returning after 2 decades, beginning this Saturday at Center Point Church. The competition determines Chillicothe's next representative to the Miss Ohio pageant. There are 12 delegates vying for the title of Miss Chillicothe and 6 delegates vying for the title of Miss Chillicothe's teen. Do you have those photos today?
I do not.
Well, you'll see the girls on our Facebook page as well as on our Litter Media X and also in the story at littermedia.com. But I'm going to tell you who they are. Teen contestants are Brianna Stebleton, also Kendall Windsor, Natalie Windland, Allison Payton, Reagan Truitt, and Layla Hom. The Miss Chillicothe contestants, there are 12 of them, Ariana Shin, Brooke Rose, also Anya Bassett, Diamond Coleman, Morgan Hunter, Reagan Peterson, Kara Carter, Aliyah Williamson, that might be Aaliyah Williamson, also Grace Romig, Autumn Kessler, Faith Claypool, and Madison Kello. The crowning of the next Miss Chillicothe and Miss Chillicothe's teen begins at 5 p.m. Saturday at Center Point Church here in Chillicothe. There is an admission charge of $15 per person. Meanwhile, the applications for the Feast of the Flowering Moon pageants are now available at Best Dress Boutique. You'll find them on North Bridge Street. It's also coming soon to the Feast of the Flowering Moon website.
If you're a Pump House member, please consider coming to their annual meeting tonight at 6:30. They have an overview of their 2023 year along with some light refreshments. And if you're not a member, this is a great time to find out more.
Pike County High Schools gathered at the annual Quiz Bowl tournament earlier this week, hosted by the Ross Pike Educational Service District at Pike County CTC. There you see Eastern High School, coached by Kathy Osborne, as the winner. The tournament showcased the academic prowess and teamwork skills of participating students from the Pike County schools, which include Eastern, Piketon, Waverly, and Western.
I miss Quiz Bowl.
The good old days.
Really?
When you dominated.
I did.
hear it was a throwdown match. It was Aaron Glandon representing Adena High School. Nobody else.
There was one tournament where it was my sophomore year of high school. I was the only kid from Adena that could come. And I ended up playing against teams by myself, and most of them beat me handily. But I played against Chillicothe, and I won.
Did you beat Chillicothe?
I did.
How about that?
I also played St. Charles, and they beat me 460 to nothing.
That doesn't surprise me at
I
all.
buzzed in once because they buzzed in and got the answer wrong. And the judge looked at me and said, "Now's your chance." But I didn't know the answer.
So when we walked into St. Charles last week for the basketball game, did you have flashbacks or anything like that?
Well, it was at CHS, this tournament.
Okay.
So I was okay.
See, when I was in high school, we had the N&O competition, which was broadcast on 10 TV every Saturday night. And I think they recorded the shows on Mondays and then played them back. And my sophomore album, I believe it is, we have a picture of our Quiz Bowl team, which was Sandy Beach, Diana Blaney, John Pabst, and one other individual. I can't remember. But they were on the In the Know show, which was pretty cool to get a chance to see some of your high school kids displaying what you see in classes on a regular basis for those of you who attended class. I think you have the next story. Ross County Conservation.
I'm looking at my script. I'm looking for it. There it is.
We didn't rehearse this show before.
Ross County Conservation League is preparing to again award a $1,000 scholarship to a deserving Ross County student. If you have a graduating student who is going to pursue further education in the areas of environmental studies, conservation, or related fields, please submit that student's application to Nelson Coleman. Interested students should submit his or her application no later than April 30th, 2024. You'll find the contact information on our Facebook page, or look at it right there.
Yeah, you're seeing it right now here on Facebook. On Saturday, the Knights of Columbus will host a drive-through food distribution from 10 a.m. until noon, right behind St. Peter's Church on the corner of Church and Water Streets. Ross County residents in need of food are invited to enter the parking lot using the Church Street entrance and exit onto Water Street. As they always say, they ask that you not show up too early because that creates a bit of a roadblock on Church Street. They also have diapers and wipes available, sizes newborn to age 6, and some baby food while supplies last.
The Garnett A. Wilson Public Library of Pike County has an adult outreach program, and they're looking for Pike County residents and communities who would like to receive library service. Call 740-947-4921 for more information.
We were down to Pike County. We saw the traveling library.
We did.
And did a focused interview and feature on that, so you can find it on our YouTube channel as well. The Pickaway County Library recently received a $20,000 grant as being one of 310 libraries to participate in round 2 of Libraries Transforming Communities, Accessible Small and Rural Communities, an American Library Association initiative that provides community engagement and accessibility resources to small and rural libraries to help them better serve people with disabilities. You can read more in the story on littermedia.com.
Last night, the Litter Media cameras went out to Circleville for the Pickaway County DD March Madness basketball game. We spoke to Marie Wilbanks about the event.
My name is Marie Wilbanks. I'm the superintendent with the Pickaway County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and tonight we're having the 2024 March Madness basketball game. So we have, the first game is Westfall and Logan Elm, and they're going to face off in a game, and then the second game will be Circleville and Taste Valley, so we have all 4 of our school districts, and the teams are composed of folks with disabilities, folks without disabilities. It's just a free event for everybody to come together and have a good time. So this is a free event. There isn't any cost to come in, and we really welcome everybody, but we also have several opportunities to donate if you feel like it. So we have our concessions, those go to Special Olympics, and then we have a 50-50 raffle, and then a second Knights of Columbus raffle. All of those proceeds end up supporting Special Olympics. And something that I don't think people know about Special Olympics, for every event that we hold here within Pickaway County, we have to raise all the money for that. So all of the funds go to uniforms and equipment and staying the night when we go to regional and state. So it's really important that we get donations for this.
And that was a really good event. The place was packed.
Those usually are. I mean, the gymnasiums are usually full for this event. There were some really good shots in that, too, by the little guys.
Yeah.
Throwing those shots up. And, of course, that involved the 4 high schools in Pickaway County, right?
Right, yeah. Circleville, Logan Elm, Westfall. What's the other one?
Taze Valley.
Taze Valley.
You were there with the cameras, and were those actually some of the basketball teams, or were they just student representatives from each of the high schools?
They had players from the basketball teams playing on.
Okay,
and
cool.
Some of the coaches played too.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And, of course, next Wednesday, it will be the Ross DD game, which will be featuring the Pioneer Center. I think they're calling themselves the Ross County Trailblazers now.
There you go.
And so a chance to see them take on the celebrities that they've selected for the show, and it should be a lot of fun. We'll have our cameras there for that as well next Wednesday night. The Jackson County Health Department will host a scrap tire collection day on Saturday from 8 a.m. until noon in Wellston at the Gallia Jackson Meigs Vinton County Solid Waste District building. That's located on New Hampshire Avenue in Wellston. No tires will be accepted from businesses. There will be a disposal fee of $1 per passenger or light truck tire, $10 per semi-tire, and $20 per large tractor tire, which will be imposed on this day, which is coming up Saturday.
Pike County Management Agency says there's a hole on Beaver Pike in Pike County near State Route 32. So the Pike County engineer has closed the road, and ODOT is helping to resolve the issue.
I thought about driving out to this morning before coming in, but I thought, well, I'll just do a satellite grab. So a screen grab with a satellite shot. And from what I understand, according to the description, it looks like it's before you get to the bend in that blue strip right there.
Right.
On the those of you watching here on Facebook Live and on YouTube. All right, that's a look at what's making news across the Scioto Valley. We always have more on these stories on littermedia.com as well as our social media. Coming up, sports as we get you caught up to date with the high school basketball tournaments and more, including our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week and a college basketball update on our local athletes who are playing college basketball. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, if you've got a building project you're doing, it's your residence or commercially, you need a dumpster to put all that stuff in. So here's the number to call, 740-253-8389 for Scioto Valley Dumpsters. And once you're ready for them to haul it away, they'll come haul it away. Your hands will be clean and the job will be done. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Time for sports now, and we start with high school basketball. Just received a text from Mike, so this is a live update for you. This is the girls' basketball Final Four. Waterford from the Southeast District leads Loudonville 10-6 after the first quarter of those games that are going on today. Let's take a look now at the tournament scores from last night involving Southeast District teams. Northwest had its season come to a close, as did North Adams. We told you Harvest Prep was going to be a load for North Adams, and they were. 78-48, Malvern a winner over Northwest, 58-52. So Malvern and Harvest Prep will face each other in the regional final this weekend. Yes. Our next slide shows basketball contest for this evening. Oh, this is still me, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Division II regional semifinals at OU. The Convo has Maysville taking on Bishop Hartley. Warren battles Tri-Valley. That'll be 6 and 8 p.m. Girls basketball, as we mentioned to you, Loudonville and Waterford are currently playing in the D4 state semifinals over at UD, and Waterford with the short lead on Loudonville there. Fort Loramie will take on Convoy Crestview at 1 p.m. Then Afrocentric takes on LaGrange Keystone at 6 tonight, and Amy Hughes and the Portsmouth Trojans at 8 p.m. taking on Ottawa Glandorf. I like Portsmouth's chances tonight. I told her in a Facebook post, I said, we're all Trojans fans this weekend.
Yeah. Ottawa Glandorf is a cool name, though.
It is.
Dan wrote the script, everybody. So when he doesn't know it's his turn, that's his fault.
Well, we're going to turn our eyes now to Ms. Basketball.
Yeah, Cincinnati Purcell Marion Jr. D. Alexander was announced as the 2024 Ohio Miss Basketball by a statewide media panel. She won the award last year as a sophomore.
Did I hear Mike say last week she's averaging like 28 points a game?
Something like that.
So pretty incredible. Good luck to her. I'm sure she has a number of scholarship offers. In fact, I think he said 30 scholarship offers to go to play high school or college basketball elsewhere.
Wow.
This week's Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week, looky here, Jackson's McKenna Kraft. She won her third consecutive girls wrestling state title last weekend. Now, the one that she won 2 years ago, it would be 2 years ago, or it'd be 3 years ago now. At any rate, it was the last year that the girls had an individual state tournament before the OHSAA sanctioned it. And then the OHSAA comes in, and they sanctioned it last year and then this year. So she has won the state championship in the 100-pound class. I don't think I'd want to meet her in an alley somewhere because she could take you down.
Yeah.
And I don't care how big you are, but amongst the 100-pounders, nobody's been able to tag her. I think she finished the season 32-0 this year. 32-0. Did you hear that?
Yeah, she's making that other person in that picture look like a pretzel. I can't tell what's going on there.
Yeah, there's another photo that you'll see that Carla DePue took for us on our Facebook page, in which there's a full album on this. But both girls are in like this bridge, and their heads are on the mat, their shoulders and bodies, and the only thing touching the mat are their heads and their feet. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
You got to see that. It's on our Facebook page. You can check that out. OU women saw their basketball season come to a close in the MAC tournament, 77-53, as they lost to Ball State yesterday. And the Big Ten men's basketball tournament opened up last night with Ohio State facing Iowa today in round 2. I would say today, but it's actually this evening at 6:30 p.m.
And the Cavs finally get a win again over the New Orleans Pelicans, 116-95.
Back on the winning track. Now, we told you we wanted to catch up with some of the college basketball athletes that are playing from this area. And this guy's season just came to a close Tuesday night. And this is Chillicothe's Vinnie Roper, who scored 14 points and had 8 rebounds as Kent State Tuskegee defeated Penn State Greater Allegheny 99-91. That was on Monday night, and that pushed them into the USCAA Final Four, where they faced Cincinnati Claremont Tuesday. They dropped a 94-85 decision to Virginia State. Roper had 8 points and 9 rebounds. Of course, he's a Chillicothe graduate, and I want to say he's a junior this year, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, Javon Mothmer's career finished up. As we told you, he was selected the GMAC Player of the Year. Pretty big title right there. He tallied 24 points, and Yellow Jackets' 81-74 loss to Walsh in the GMAC tournament semifinal last Friday. He scored 28 points in the opening game of the tournament. Cedarville was 20-10 on the season. Walsh went on to win that GMAC title. Shawnee State continues to play. They're getting ready for the NAIA. Trey Beard, who you see here, Chillicothe graduate, 16 points. And the Bears 74-64 lost St. Mary Woods in the semifinals of the River States Conference Tournament. For those of you watching this on the screen, this is from the game in which he scored 32 points against Ohio Christian University in a win, 89-76 for the Bears. They are playing in the opening round of the NAIA Friday against Roosevelt, Illinois, up in Livonia, Michigan. Beard, a junior, averaged 12 points per game. Rio Grande had its season come to a close in a loss to Indiana East, 78-76 in the River States Conference Tournament. The Red Storm finished 12-17 overall. Trey Robertson from Waverly scored 16 points in that contest. He averaged 16.4 points per game. The Rio Grande women won the River States Conference Tournament, beating Oakland 95-90. Kaylee Darnell, who happens to be Trey Robertson's girlfriend, she led 6 players who scored in double figures. Tays Valley grad Reagan Willingham scored 15 points. Paint Valley's Lexi Woods had 11. The Red Storm women will open NAIA play Friday afternoon at 2:30 with Northwestern in your old stomping grounds,
Oh.
Indiana Wesleyan University.
I've been there before.
Mm-hmm. And Wright State men fell to Northern Kentucky over the weekend in the Horizon League tournament's first round in an overtime shootout, 99-97. Chillicothe's Brandon Knoll had 10 points and 8 rebounds in the loss. Tanner Holden, who you see right there, the Wheelersburg product, finished his career with 24 points, 2,003 points for his stellar career. The Raiders finished 18-14.
If you need me to go to IWU to cover that game, just let me know.
That would be kind of cool, but you got to be there tomorrow. Starts at 2:30.
A little hard to pull off.
You'll have to head out early to get there. All right, that's a look at sports for you. In a moment, this date in history, and we also happen to have a radio moment that we'll share with you coming up. But first, I want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. It's easy. Find out more at litterpropane.com. For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Visit ChillicotheOhio.com. Thanks again to the Ross Chillicothe Convention and Visitors Bureau. For those of you listening on radio, that's who provided that music for you. If you watch the show, you can see all the neat stuff going on behind there. All right, this date in history, the first thing I thought of was smooth move. Or was it a bright idea, Albert Einstein?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think some have said smooth move X-Lax. Where my mind was going, but we wanted to take a look at 1879. Albert Einstein is born, the son of a Jewish electrical engineer in Ulm, Germany. I believe it's Ulm. Einstein's theories of special and general relativity drastically altered human understanding of the universe, and his work in particle and energy theory helped make possible quantum mechanics and ultimately the atomic bomb. Saw him in Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Or at least
not the real him.
No, not
There's
the
an
real
actor
him.
portraying him.
Precisely.
He kept dropping his hat. His hat
He did.
Fly away.
I think that was part of the theory of relativity kind of being displayed silently.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Our radio moment. You do have that photo today, right?
Right there.
Hey, there it is. This popped up in my Facebook memories feed today. This is back during my Cavalier broadcasting days with my old broadcasting partner, Pat Highland. And the guy in the middle, I think many people remember him, Ronald McDonald. We did a lot of things with Ronald, and this night in particular was a McDonald's sponsored night at CHS. So he made an appearance, but not only that, he sang the national anthem.
Nice.
And was stellar. It was fantastic. It was kind of hard to take him a little seriously at first because he's kind of wearing all that makeup and the red hair and everything.
He used to scare me.
I'm sorry?
He used to scare me, Ronald McDonald.
He scared you?
Yeah.
Really?
I was afraid.
You have that, I don't remember what they call it, clownophobia?
I don't think so. I mean, they don't bother me now.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, yeah, for sure.
You ever have a problem walking out to the picnic area there at VA Memorial Stadium where he's sitting on a bench and you can't walk past him? Is that a problem?
I think it might have been like the colors. So is that like just a regular bronze statue?
No, that's he's painted.
He's painted?
Yeah, has the red hair and everything.
I don't know. I can't picture it in my mind.
Okay. But he's sitting on a park bench, just waiting for you to come over and sit down and say hi.
Nope. Don't like it.
At least I think it's still there. They made some changes to the picnic area recently, and I don't know if that was part of the changes, but I remember him sitting there and being there.
I haven't been there in a while.
You need to go back.
Yeah.
They open up high school play this Saturday, or forgive me, a week from this Saturday.
Yes.
At VA Memorial Stadium. So, and the paint season itself opens up towards the end of May, I believe May 31st is when the season opens, and of course they'll have a big event coming up on June 1st out there as well.
Yeah.
Mike Smith has texted in and reported that Waterford is now up 23-11 at halftime.
Good job, Waterford.
Yeah, and they were ahead 10-6, so they held Loudonville to 5 points in that quarter, the second quarter. That's it for the program today. We are back at it again tomorrow with another edition of Litter Media Live. And don't forget, you can always find out what we're doing on YouTube. It's free to subscribe. When you do subscribe, click the bell. It'll give you notifications when we upload something new, which sometime today you'll have an additional video.
Yes, I will.
And that video is?
It's a little bit of what you saw earlier with Marie Wilbanks. I talked to some more people, not just her, but more in-depth look at the Pickaway County DD March Madness basketball game.
Okay, which was held at Circleville High School last night. That's it for the program. For Aaron Glandon and for Mike Smith, reporting from beyond via text, I'm Dan Ramey. Thanks for watching another edition of Litter Media Live, and those of you listening on Litter Media Radio, we return you to your regularly scheduled program.